Highly blessed everyone, it's your girl Nate, and today we are going to formulate some extracts. I don't know if I've ever shown you how to make extracts or tinctures, but today is the day I'm going to show you how I make my extracts so I can formulate my products so you can benefit from my care. Okay, so let's dive in. All right, come on, follow me. On the table I've got my nettle herb, and I've also got my horsetail herbs. And these are the two herbs that I'm going to be using to formulate my hair growth formula. And I'm going to put these into a mason jar. I'm going to add glycerin and water, and I'm going to leave it for actually 3 to 6 months. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. Right, as I said before, I'm making glycerites, and it's called extracts as well. I'm not making the tincture. Tincture is done with alcohol. And extract is done with glycerin. All right, so I'm making herbal extracts, and I'm using the nettle and the horsetail. The reason why I'm using the nettle and the horsetail, if you subscribe or you follow me, you know I'm always talking about the nutritional benefits of nettle and how rich it is in vitamin A, C, and K. And it's packed with lots of minerals and irons like calcium and magnesium. And it's also known for its anti-inflammatory properties, making it excellent for supporting joint health, allergies, and overall immune system. All right. The horsetail is rich in silica, which is going to help to strengthen the bones, the hair, the skin, the nails. And it also is a diuretic herb, and it can help to support your kidney and your bladder function. Why am I using glycerin to extract the herbal medicinal properties from the herb? Is because I want to make sure that the glycerin preserves the herb and the medicine from the herb, because it's a natural preservative. And if you use alcohol, it will probably contraindicate the formula that you're using to formulate your products. So I'm making sure I'm using a medium that is going to act as a preservative as well. I also use this extract in my supplement taking. So instead of me using the tincture, which is alcohol, I don't want to have the alcohol solvent in my supplements, so I rather use the extracts. So I'll use the extracts for supplementing and also for formulating products. I find that the glycerate is easy to take and it's easy to use, especially with kids. If you've got kids around, the alcohol-based tinctures is too strong. So I like to add this to my teas, my smoothies, and my drinks in small amounts. And I like to make my own products using my own extracts because I'm controlling the quality and concentration. So and I'm also ensuring that I'm using fresh, potent herbs without additives, without any sprays or anything. They're organic from my garden. All right, so let's go and start this preparation. So now, how I'm going to weigh out my ingredients to make sure I have a balanced formula that is going to preserve for around 2 to 3 years, depending on how long you want it to preserve and depending on how you store. If you're storing your nettle and horsetail glycerite correctly, it'll give you more shelf life. All right, so I'm going to turn my scale on, and we're going to be using percentages to actually do this formula. I've got some deionized water in here, and I've also got my vegetable glycerin here. So basically I need to pour out the water into the container, but before I do that, I need to put the herbs in my container because I'm going to add the liquid to the herbs. Don't put the water in and then add the herbs to it. Add the herbs first, then the liquid. Right, so let me just add this. I'm adding my nettle. All right, so I'm just adding. I'm not weighing out the herbs, guys. If you want, you can, but I'm not weighing out the herbs. I kind of know how much I want in there at the moment, so I know I need to make sure the herbs is submerged under the water. So that's not going to be a big issue. I'm just adding my nettle in, and then I'm going to be adding some of the horsetail to like layer it as well. Right? Hope you're seeing that. And then I'm just going to stuff him down, put him down in there. Right, I've got 11.5 herbs in here, so I'm not gonna really weigh out the herbs. I'm just gonna make sure the container is full enough with herbs and enough water and glycerin to extract the medicine. And I'm gonna leave this over a period of time to let it extract all the juicy, nourishing properties from our herbs. And because I'm gonna be using this for supplements as well, I need to make sure that I'm using correct amount, that it won't go moldy. All right, so we're just going to add our herbs in and we're going to stuff it down. I'm going to be actually doing another herb to show you as well how I go about getting other herbs extracted. It's the same process, but I'm just going to show you that I'm using the herbs from my garden, and you saw me harvest them, dried them, and now I'm preparing for products with them. All right, so this is 20 grams of herb, and to be honest, I can't go around weighing out my herbs. I rather weigh out the liquid part of it, because I know how much liquid I need. But the herb is not that important, but you need to have at least a good amount of herb in your jar. Okay, right, so now I'm going to tear my scale. And I'm going to be adding actually 80% of the glycerin. And I'm going to be adding 20% of my water. All right. So when we're adding this, we need to make sure you have your scale out to weigh out how much you need. Let's start with how much the jar can hold. The jar can hold 500 milliliters of liquid. So I'm going to make sure that I already have 20 grams in. So I need at least 480 more grams inserted into this container. So I'm going to be adding my glycerine first. You can warm the glycerin if you want, guys. I am not going to warm my glycerin. I'm just going to put it out into my container. So first of all, before you do that, you're going to work out 80% of 500 grams. Right. All right. So we worked that out and we found out that 80% is 400 ml of glycerin. So we're going to add that in. Sweet. So we've got our glycerin in. Let's tear him. Now let us get our water in. Okay. Don't know if we can make it. I need to get a bigger jar next time. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. 90, 96. Let it stop bubbling for a little bit. Guys, I need a bigger jar. All right, 96. 100. Okay, we got 100, guys. We got 100. I have a little weight I could put on the top to let it, you know, submerge nicely in there. We'll see. Let's get our lid and we're going to cover it up. We're going to give it a little shake and we're going to store it. Sometimes it's best to store this in an amber container where you're going to keep it away from sunlight and everything. But before that, you need to shake your container up. Shake him up. And periodically, you're going to come over the months or the weeks and you're going to keep on shaking up and look. Make sure that everything is even. You know, you don't want to see no big segments into your extracts. Basically, you need to see everything loose and free like this. Okay. And then you're going to label it and store it into a cupboard away from, you know, light. All right. So I'm not going to put it in an amber container at the moment. I don't have the amber ones, but I'm going to wrap it around in a black bag. Let me show you. I'm going to be using this plastic bag and I'm going to actually wrap my container in the bag and store it in my cupboard. Right. So what else I wanted to say about this? When you're finished and when your extract is ready, if you haven't already strained out the herb and stuff, you're going to make sure you strain it and then store it into a different jar. You can keep it in here for as long as you want. I've got herbs that I've kept in, just kept it in it for a while because I don't know when truly they extract the medicine from it. So I just leave it in there until I see that it can't go no more, and then, you know, I just drain it off like probably a year after and use it. I'm not saying that's the right way, that's just how I do it. I don't get no mold, I don't get no spoilage, and my extract lasts up to 3 years. I've got extract now, elderberry extract that I'm using I made from 2021. I even have some that I made from 2020 and they're still good. I've run out of horsetail and nettle extract because I'm making a lot of shampoos and I've run out, so I have to make sure I have this ready for my next intake. All right, so I need to monitor my batch now, right? And I need to make sure I store it and label it correctly, because if you don't follow these guidelines, your nettle and horsetail extract may not be safe to use. So if you want it to be safe to use, you need to monitor it, you need to look at it, you need to go and shake it every other week or so. Make sure that it is okay, right? And then you're going to make sure the herbs, as I said, is fully submerged into your glycerin water mixture, and then you're going to store it. You're also going to bottle up what you want to use. So if you want to use, after your extract is done and you strain it, you can put them in some little dropper amber glass bottles and store them. I use my extract for my supplement and I label it. Let me show you what I've got here at the moment. It's in my dark cupboard and I've only got this left. I've only got this nettle and horsetail left, and I made this last year. So I've got this left here and you can see it's clean and nice, and I've left it in my cupboard to, you know, take whenever I need it. All right. So what are the benefits of using horsetail and nettle extract in your shampoo? I've discussed that so many times on my channel, and I just wanted to tell you that it helps to reduce dandruff, stimulates hair growth, and adds shine due to the rich nutrient content in nettle and also horsetail. And because horsetail is packed with silica content, it's going to strengthen the hair, and it's going to make sure that the hair is improved with the reduce of hair breaking and elasticity. So you can add this to your shampoo. If you don't have a formulated shampoo, you can also add your extracts to your shampoo bottles by adding 1 to 2 teaspoons into your shampoo. All right, and you shake it and then you use it. You can add it in your conditioner as well. You can add it in your body wash as well. Nettle and horsetail extract is extremely good for the skin because it helps with eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, all the skin issues. This is perfect for you. All right, you can put it in your lotions, you can drop it in your water for detoxing, in your smoothies, your teas. You can do so much things when you make your extracts. All right, guys, so this is the first one we've made, and this is our horsetail and nettle extracts. Now we're going to make some rosemary one. I don't have a lot of glycerin left, so I'm not going to be able to make a big jar like this for the rosemary. When I get more glycerin, I'll be able to make the rosemary, but I also use rosemary into my formulas as well, and that helps to grow your hair. Rosemary has been used and is known for centuries to promote hair growth and to prevent DHT. So it's a DHT blocker. All right, so rosemary is extremely good, and it's extremely good for premature gray hairs as well. So if you're having issues with premature grays, rosemary is the one that you need to formulate into your products. You can even add it by just making a rosemary tea, wash your hair, use it as a rinse. And also rosemary extract is amazing for the body. It helps with memory, it helps with menopause with women, it helps with cognitive development. Rosemary helps to stimulate the blood flow in your body as well, and help to, you know, lymphatic drainage. All right, so rosemary is a good herb to have. All right, so let's label our nettle and horsetail first before we go any further. All right, I'm gonna just write on here the date, what it is, and the percentage. So this is nettle and horsetail extract, and it was made on the 6th of the 10th, 24, and it's 80% to 20% water, glycerin, right? And that's the date. That's the date, the 6th of the 10th, and it's 500 ml. You could also add ascorbic acid in if you wanted to preserve it as well. I'm gonna have to put it up here. Yeah. That's it. It stays better there. So, see, I've labeled my nettle extract, the 6th of the 10th, 24, 500 ml, 80% glycerin to 20% water. All right, and then this is gonna be stored in my cupboard for a few months. Okay. I just wanted to show you how I would go about doing it. And because we know the percentages of how to calculate what we are using the herbs for, we can have a better, you know, formula. All right. So we know we need 80% of glycerin and 20% of water. I'm using 120 milliliter jar. So this only can hold 120 in. And I'm going to formulate by using the percentages of that. Okay, so we've got our rosemary here. We're gonna stuff him into our container. Try and see if we can get off some of the stems. Guys, you saw me when I did this in the summer. I harvested rosemary and I dried them because I know I'm going to be using them for products. And I just wanted to show you how I go around making my products. All right. And this rosemary is also, I use rosemary in my hair oil and also in my cooking. Everything I use rosemary with. I use rosemary with everything because it's a very stimulating herb. If you've got hypertension, please stay clear, because I know it can sometimes stimulate too much blood flow and that will cause, you know, pressure to the head. All right. So we've got our herbs in, and this seems to be okay. Add a little bit more to it. Sorry about the mess, guys. Right. Can you see? Okay. Let me just clean up a bit more. All right. And get my scale out to weigh out more. Right. So we need 96 grams of glycerin in here. So we need 96 grams of glycerin, all right? So let's put 96 in, if we can get it in. I normally do with this one. And then the rest is just water. Okay, just a little bit more. There we go. Oh, just one more drop. There. Perfect. 96.2. All right. And then now we're going to add our water in. We're going to add 24 grams of water. There. All right. And then we're going to give it a shake. We're going to close him up and give that a really good shake. Yeah. We're going to give it a good shake, guys. I've got nettle on here. This is the last one I made, but I'm just going to cover that up and put the rosemary on there. All right, so let me get my label. Right. And this is rosemary extract. Yeah. Glycerin, 80%. Water, 20%, and then 120 grams, and then the date 6th of the 10th, 24. All right, so that's what I've got here. You do the same, place him on here, and now you have your little extract. Okay, and you make sure your herbs is simmers, and every now and then you go and check him. Okay, doke. All right, so let's just put these up in. I didn't even put them in the bag because I don't want to pull the bag out and then one drop out and broke. So I just put the bag over it, you know, over them. And then when I close the cupboard door, it keep it extra dark. So now that we've completed making our extracts, we are going to store them in our cupboard. And as I said before, you can use amber bottles to store your glycerites in, or you can use a blackout fabric or plastic bags or whatever you want to use, as long as it's in a glass container that is very secure and it can, you know, endure the extraction. All right, so you need to make sure it's in a safe container in your cupboard or in a dark area, left for a few months. I normally leave mine for around 3 to 6 months to make sure that it gets everything out. As I said before, I've got glycerin from 2020 till now, and I'm still using those extracts. So this is what I wanted to show you guys, just a quick video on how you can go about making your own extracts for your supplements and for your, you know, your needs, whatever problems you're having, whether it's skin, hair, nails, whatever, bones, whatever. You can formulate your own extracts safely, and they can last a long time. You don't have to go out and spend so much money. I hope this video was very informative, and if you want to know anything more, just comment in the box below, leave me a comment, and ask me anything you want to ask me about making products, and I'll get back to you. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you soon.